Okay, alright everyone. Are you with me? Are you on board? Can you hear me? Alright, I think we are live, and we are going to start our No Man's Sky Foundation Exploration Planet Hopping stream. Or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused. So, it doesn't matter. We are going to start our creative save because creative makes it very easy for us to just explore beautiful worlds of No Man's Sky Foundation 1.1. So, gonna start right here. There's something magic about the older No Man's Sky versions. It's even hard to put it in words sometimes. It's just the worlds feel more cozy, more colorful, more alien. And we start out on a lush world. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at this. Look at this beautiful, beautiful grass. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Already getting the old No Man's Sky vibes here. Something the current build of the game just cannot fulfill for some reason. It's like kind of hard to explain. Look at this, guys. It's that beautiful. And look at that. We have mountains in the background. Mountains. I'm not so sure if mountains are something exclusive to new builds of the game. You can find actually quite mountainous worlds in No Man's Sky Foundation. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Look at this landscape. Look at that landscape, guys. Absolutely beautiful. We are just going to go for a walk here. Walking down this hill. To be honest, I didn't expect that I would start on a world like that. I mean, it's kind of an old save of this game, of this version of the game. It was kind of still in the Steam cloud or something. Just enjoy alien worlds of No Man's Sky Foundation 1.1. Is the streaming quality actually okay, or is it a bit stuttery? No, I'm sorry, Sigh Those, or how you pronounce that. I didn't mean that the new version of the game doesn't have mountains. It's just that they introduced mountains, like really mountains at an extreme scale, of course, but you shouldn't underestimate the older builds as well. Because look at this mountain in the background. I love those color combinations. I love this, I don't know, it's kind of a clean look. And there's no severe grass popping or something. You know, overall this version runs very, very smooth. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So if you have any quality issues, sound issues, stuttering, if you have the impression the stream doesn't run smoothly or something, please feel free to tell me in the chat. and I will check what I can do about it, because I'm not so experienced in live streaming. Maybe I put the quality a little bit too high or something. Don't want to overburden YouTube or your internet connection. Oh god, look at that, guys. Those beautiful horizons. Oh god. You just want to dive into those worlds. This beautiful horizon, and I don't know, this little island there, and I don't know, those wild rocks with the trees growing on this wild rock and stuff. Wow. Wow. Worlds of No Man's Sky Foundation are so beautiful because the overall look is so clean, so clean. No real popping, no grass popping while walking. It looks wild, it looks natural. No, I don't have any FPS drops actually. Could be the stream. I don't know, maybe I did something wrong with the latency or the streaming quality. Maybe I should quality down or hard to tell. So, but if it is bothering you a lot, please tell me. The messed up water, Tobias, the messed up water, yes. And look at this water here. Like from a distance it looks so clean and foggy, and I don't know. It's like the worlds are more consistent. Okay, easy confuse. If it's too bad for you to stream, and how is it for the others in the chat? I mean, is the quality okay? Stuttering? I mean, Tobias already told me it's smooth. Oh yeah, I can actually see. I checked with my phone parallelly, and I can actually see that it's stuttering. A bit stuttery. I hope it doesn't bother you too much. Next time I'm going to do it better. Promise. Just taking a walk on those worlds is like so relaxing. I don't know. Those worlds just connect with me, if you know what I mean. This beautiful grass. And you can actually really see the grass up into the distance. Look at this terrain here. I mean, what I tried to do in No Man's Sky Origins was to bring back the old terrain generation, kind of. More, maybe a more extreme version of that. But they kind of, I don't know. The worlds still don't connect with me. It looks too... How should I explain? Like, it looks too forced. It just looks too forced. Worlds look too... Yeah, it's like they try too hard in Origins, you know what I mean? And here, this just looks like Origins looks like a modded version of No Man's Sky, kind of, like a modded version of No Man's Sky Next, or something. But this here just looks like it is supposed to be in that way. We're climbing this mountain here. We're going to enjoy the views of No Man's Sky 1.1 Foundation. Actually, Carolina, from what I know, you don't play any version of No Man's Sky currently, so you don't know what you're talking about. I love those grassy hills and the grass blowing in the wind, and it looks so natural, so it feels like a foreign world to explore, a foreign lush world to explore. I absolutely love it. I don't know, nothing looks like out of place. Nothing looks out of place in there. We're walking into the sunset on this stormy, lush world. I don't know, the horizon. It is so painterly. It is so painterly and relaxing. You could just stand there and, you know, open a bottle of wine or scotch or something else or whatever. And just enjoy the views of No Man's Sky 1.1 Foundation. Yeah, just never look down on the grass. Very true, very true. Should I do it? I mean, should I ruin immersion for us? Should I do it? Tell me in the chat if we should break immersion a little bit. Please feel free to tell me if we should break immersion, Tobias. Beautiful colors, pink trees, I don't know, mixed grass colors. Absolutely stunning. We are actually back where we came from. We had a nice look at this planet, actually. Okay, Tobias said nay, Carolina said do it, because Carolina is kind of a little bit I don't know, like skeptical or something. Okay, I will do it for Carolina. Look at that. You see? Just never look down on the grass, because it's just like an illusion. Like this thick grass patches are just an illusion. But who cares? Because why would you look down like that? They're like in an X shape, like those 2D textures are like set in an X shape on the ground, and when you're walking, it looks like you're walking through thick grass fields. Zikifuse, oh yeah, the good old times, I can tell you. You know, I don't know if you agree, but there used to be more mystery about No Man's Sky, because maybe we didn't know so much about the game yet. I mean, when it first came out, I had no idea what to expect, or not that much of an idea what to expect. And yeah, and this moment will never come back, where you could actually discover things, you know. But playing those older versions of the game kind of take me back to those old times, good old memories. And you can still find like nice planets, nicer planets actually than the current version of the game. I don't know what went wrong, like they toned down the colors a lot, they toned down on variation.
I mean, it kind of brought some of it back in Origins.
But still, you know, you have the swamp biomes, they all look the same. You have, I don't know, those exotic worlds, they all look the same. You have at first you thought, oh my god, we now have volcanic worlds, and you think, oh yeah, this is it, finally lava planets. And then they all just look the same again. I mean, I don't understand this. I mean, why couldn't they just make volcanoes an asset or something, which can spawn on tropical worlds or on dead moons or something, you know? So we have a planet in the distance. This Candensium, I think this stands for a radioactive planet. A radioactive world. Are we interested in the radioactive world? Yes, we are. We are interested in every planet of No Man's Sky 1.1 Foundation. Sorry if the stream runs a bit stuttery. I still have to figure out the best adjustments and options, you know, for live streaming. I think I put the bitrate a bit too high. It's kind of making the video a bit slower. We are flying towards this radioactive planet. Burned out from No Man's Sky, yes, but I've never been really burned out by the older versions of the game. This burnout actually started around Next. You know, when Next came out, I at first was very excited and all that stuff, you know, but I soon realized that they toned down a lot of variation and colors and stuff you could discover. You know, the game became kind of more predictable in favor of more features, which is very nice, but features is not the reason why I play No Man's Sky. I've always just wanted to discover alien worlds, beautiful worlds, and I still don't think that the new versions of the game quite deliver on that. Because they still feel too generic and repetitive. I mean, not that No Man's Sky Foundation doesn't get repetitive, but I don't know. I feel there was more variation, despite there were actually less biomes than we have now. But still, those biomes that existed felt more varied. A typical radioactive planet. I mean, of course, not everything was perfect in this version of the game. We also had lots of repetition in the older builds. But still, within the same biome type, more variations were possible, especially color variations and stuff. And that made the game a bit more unpredictable. And now still in Origins, you still have a handful of colors the ProcGen can choose from. We have 6 people in the chat, 6 people watching this live stream. Welcome to whoever just joined me on this beautiful journey through No Man's Sky 1.1 Foundation. We're just taking a walk on a radioactive planet. To be very honest, nothing special about this planet. Kind of the standard radioactive world. We know those creatures. We know those assets already. It's actually ridiculous. Those assets have been in the game since 1.0. and haven't been updated much ever since. They just added some new ones in Origins, but they also become repetitive very quickly. I think they shouldn't add so much predefined assets. It's more like they should add like shapes which can become different things, you know? Like shapes that can contain different textures. And so certain shapes can become a lot of different things, if you know what I mean. Like that stuff is not so predefined, but they're not working with so much predefined assets to mix in some unpredictability in the prog-gen, if you know what I mean. Southern Card, welcome to the stream. It is an honor to have you here. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much for joining me. Yes, I agree with you. While No Man's Sky became more accessible for a wider audience, which is of course necessary for Hello Games to make a profit out of their game, totally understand that. But it was a lot on the cost of their original vision, or at least what we thought was their original vision. The original vision was supposed to be like kind of a Zen experience, I think, like just exploring exotic, alien, beautiful, tropical, lush worlds, that kind of experience. And in the end they focused more on features than on the actual prog-gen. And I think that the game's original charm like suffered a lot from that. It took away like the original vibe. Sometimes I feel like that the older builds have more soul than Origins. As I already said earlier in the stream, Origins just try too hard. It just tried too hard with the terrain, if you know what I mean. Like, it is so extreme at times and so generic looking, like those mountains which are just sinus curves, you know, but I don't know, it doesn't feel right. I think they still haven't hit the nail with Origins, like for explorers, because the new biome types are still kind of all the same. Like, you land on one volcanic world and then you've seen them all. It's the same old issue that they do over and over again, that they introduce over and over again. Accidentally landed here.
Which they do over and over again.
By just adding predefined biomes instead of some actual prog-gen. That's at least how I feel. What went wrong with all those newer updates for No Man's Sky. Exactly, Tobias said it, like exploring in solitude, like a feeling of desolation, a feeling of loneliness. I think that, well, I started actually No Man's Sky 1.0 again from the disc, from the PS4 disc. And it has a very different vibe from any other version of the game. It's like very, very lonely and melancholic, you know. It kind of looks very depressed, it feels depressive. It has something of soul search, something like the lone traveler being lost in, I don't know, like a lost traveler seeking for something. It has something of soul search, yes. It's like almost like metaphoric, you know. You're the lone traveler, like looking for your place in the universe. Oh, I give some goosebumps. I give myself goosebumps. Just kidding. Now I'm just blabbering a lot of trash. I'm very sorry about that. This is my Thoughttrain, which I cannot stop sometimes. Okay, what else do we have in this solar system? Ziggy views, I agree. Flying creatures still cannot land, and flying creatures are still all the same. Let's be honest about that. In Origins, it's like you find the same flying creatures on every planet. And it's even hard to find a planet which doesn't have flying creatures. Which is making, actually, like, discovering creatures not as exciting as it should be. Because they waste a lot of potential there. Okay, how's this working? Oh, yeah. Come on. Controls. We're going to explore another system, another solar system. We have 3 planets, 3 moons. I hope I haven't discovered that yet. 3 planets, 3 moons. What is it loading for? I don't get it. Okay, let's just fly there. Sorry, warp there. Let's just warp there. Warp there. Okay, newly discovered by me. Nobody's ever been there before, I assume. This could either be a lush planet or a barren planet, but I suppose it's a lush planet. There was no star bulbs yet in the game. And 4 people in the stream. We are back to 4 people. Nice and cozy. 4 people. So, are we going to discover a lush world or a barren world? We don't know until we land on this planet. And this is the sense of discovery we don't have in Origins anymore. Or since next, because we can scan for every planet. We already know about all the resources, we know what type of planet it's going to be. We basically know everything with a scan from space. Which is actually a huge problem for a game being about exploration. We're gonna land on this planet and it looks like a lush world, if I'm not wrong. Lush green world, is it? Yes, it is. It is a lush world. Hooray, lush world. Oh my. Look at the dense vegetation here. Lush worlds of No Man's Sky Foundation. Feels so sci-fi and cartoony, and I love this original art style. This version actually was quite close to E3 vibes, if you ask me. Oh yeah, the good old portals. You're right. The portals. I remember that, people trying to figure out how they work, how they might work. Everyone thought, or many people thought, was kind of a secret, an Easter egg that Hello Games put in there. Because there was not much to do in the game actually, and then like finding a portal was kind of something special, and we hyped ourselves up for those portals, and people tried to put a golden ball of a ruin through the portal gate. Yeah. And thought that something might happen, but nothing ever happened. Nothing. We just waited and waited. We tried everything. Portals weren't activated. Yep. and then they were activated in Atlas Rises. Yeah, it took them long. I was kind of disappointed because portals didn't have much meaning. They still don't have much meaning. Come on. Just traveling to another planet. I thought that we could travel to the planet's past or something, you know. Or, I don't know, to Korvax Prime or... yeah, I mean, that's just some shit I made up, but... what can you do when you're hyped for something? I just disappointed myself because of my own expectations. Them golden balls, yes. My golden balls. Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, another beautiful lush world. Also, like, mountainous, walking towards the coast, red water. I love the old terrain generation. You know what I also enjoy about Foundation? It had, if you ask me, it had the cleanest look of them all. The cleanest look of all the versions of the game. The most consistent art style, if you know what I mean. Like actually, entire aliasing was very smooth, very nice.
It looked very clean.
And everything was consistent. Every asset was consistent with one another. Should we discover a bit underwater? Oh God, look at that grass. I miss this kind of grass with the white flowers in between. Exactly, I agree with you. No Man's Sky still has so much potential. So much potential. And yeah, I feel that they kind of focused on the wrong things. Like they focused on features which you can actually find in any other game out there. Like in any other survival building game. Like Minecraft or what's the name, The Forest or Subnautica. Yeah. All those kind of features that other games do a lot better than No Man's Sky. And they kind of try to force them into the game. Hello Games try to force features into the game instead of focusing on the original vibe of this game. If you know what I mean. Like instead of focusing on the No Man's Sky magic. And you can feel a lot more No Man's Sky magic in older versions of this game. New versions are, gameplay-wise, a lot better. They feel a lot more comfortable. Controls are A+ in contrast to old versions of the game. Controls are better. You have the quick menu. You have a bigger inventory. You can store more stuff. You can build bases. You can, you have proper multiplayer and stuff. But I don't know. For me, it doesn't add as much to No Man's Sky as some people think it does. Kind of. I hope you can see what I mean when I play this version of the game. What I'm talking about. The feeling of exploration. It kind of reminds of Treasure Island, Exotic Treasure Island Exploration, Yoshi's Island 2. Yeah, I don't know. Very nice. A very nice planet. Just making some shit up in my mind. Oh. And see, this is the kind of formations I miss. Those hairy cliffs Hairy cliffs. Hairy cliffs. Hairy armpits. Hairy canals. Let's explore some underwater. I found very interesting that Abyss was supposed to enhance on underwater, which it did, but again with repetitive assets instead of procgen. What's the point of exploration if you find the same
crystal-like salt,
the same salt crystals on each and every planet underwater? The same resources underwater, the same plants, the same stuff. And here you can actually find just barren underwater worlds, but you can also find very rich underwater worlds. And the assets are a bit smarter in all the builds of the game because they're not so... They're more universally usable, if you know what I mean. And actually, this is kind of nice to explore, no? Like underwater caves and stuff. I mean, we have that in the current build of the game, to be fair. But doesn't make it worse in No Man's Sky Foundation either. Pure Zen experience here. Exploring No Man's Sky Foundation underwater. In combination with this music, it is so calm. Absolutely love it. Just look at those underwater formations, this underwater terrain. Oh yeah. Can't scan for plants. Well, and look, there's underwater creatures. Have I installed my... I mean, this is not what this is about, but yes, I wonder how does it... F. Yeah. F was the button. I like those sea creatures. You know Snake Jazz from Rick and Morty? I have that in my head all the time. Snake Jazz. That's my jam. Beautiful, beautiful coast. A beautiful coast. Look at this view. And water feels, or looks kind of more realistic. A more realistic water surface. So relaxing, though it is a bit slow. And yeah, some kind of point of critique. You can see the transition between like water texture patches, water texture patches. And now I think, and with next they switch to water shaders, which is, of course, more, how should I say, more modern, more. Closer to modern gaming standard, but they kind of messed it up with those weird foam textures at the edges. And actually in all the versions of the game you have nice, transparent bodies of water. Ah, look at this juicy green. It's almost like I can smell the grass. I can smell the leaves of the trees. Hell yeah. And again, I apologize for the low FPS on the stream. I don't know what I did there. I still have to practice my settings in OBS. I love it when the grass is waving in the wind. When the grass is waving in the wind, when a storm is approaching, this just looks epic. Epic AF. You get it? Epic AF. I'm confused. What do you mean by can't scan for plants? It meant that there were no plants underwater? No, this is not true. This is actually just this planet, which didn't seem to have any underwater vegetation, at least not in that area where we were. I love the sunsets of No Man's Sky Foundation. So beautiful. I hope you all enjoy the stream somehow. Oh, nailed it over there. Nailed it. Nailed it. I totally nailed it. I landed on the tree. Man, this tree must be must be made of iron. An iron tree. Doesn't even bother with my Titan ship. It's not even bending. Yeah, physics would be nice in the game. No? Well, they solved that issue by just making the ship destroy trees when you fly into them. Fly into space and we are going to look for another world to explore. I love the No Man's Sky music, the No Man's Sky soundtracks. And to look for new, interesting worlds to explore. Hey. I love the lighting of No Man's Sky Foundation.
We didn't have God rays, but
I don't know. It was also a quite nice lighting effect there. Like, sorry, I'm confused. I'm used to play with a gamepad. However, I have to play No Man's Sky Foundation with mouse and keyboard because when you revert to the older build of this game, Steam kind of messes up the controls, and there's no way of fixing that. So you can have to switch to mouse and keyboard. Ah, I see. Yes, you see. By the way, really thank you for participating in the chat, everyone who has participated so far. I really appreciate it when we can have a nice conversation, a nice discussion about old builds, new builds. You can also just tell me to shut up and stop what I'm doing. Whatever you want. They could add more interesting music. That is a topic I've never thought about. They kind of did in Next, the starting music was actually quite nice. And Paul Weir is the composer of some of the No Man's Sky soundtracks. I mean, of course, we know that 65 Days of Static, most of the things. But Paul Weir seems to be a great sound engineer. He made some nice tracks in Next. And by the way, I also love the soundtrack when you are in the galaxy, in the galactic map. Like when you just go infinitely into the stars, and then it's like procedural soundtrack, making kind of hypnotic sounds, spheric sounds. Very nice. There's actually a YouTube video out there, just like 12 hours of No Man's Sky galactic map music. Very nice. I actually watched all of that. No, of course not 12 hours, but I watched it for 1 hour or something to relax. Okay, folks, here we are. Here we discovered something interesting. Something I am asking for since Next. I'm asking for it so long. It is so simple and yet so hard to implement that into the game. Barren, Mars-like worlds. Barren planet, actual barren planets, which don't have or barely have any vegetation on the surface. Yes, we have those in the current build of the game, but those are all airless worlds, which makes it kind of boring because they all kind of look the same. Well, they came up with a new variation, frozen version of the airless worlds. However, I kind of want to have like Martian worlds again, like those. Oh, and here we see epic terrain formations in the distance. What do you think about that? Oh yes, I love this planet. People so underappreciated those barren worlds back then. Oh, I only find barren worlds, I want to find lush planets. It took me 5 minutes to find a lush planet. This game is shit. I had to play for 5 minutes to find a jungle planet. This is unacceptable. During the first 5 minutes I was on a barren world. How boring. This game is shit. People don't realize that the less assets actually spawn, the more special it is to discover something. And this is exactly the problem. That the newer No Man's Sky versions force feed you with what they have to offer. It's like very comfortable for the player. You see, it's the same experience for everyone. And I remember in the older builds of the game, some people said, I didn't find any lush planet for hours. I just find burned hellholes. And others were saying, I don't know, I found a lush planet after half an hour of gameplay. And this is what made this game so special. The unique experience it offered for each and every player. And nowadays, Hello Games made sure that all the worlds are the same, so that no player is complaining about anything, about missing out on anything. They play it safe, but it doesn't make the game, or at least for explorers, it doesn't make the game better. Oh my god, I love this world. I love this terrain formation. I miss it so much. Hello Games, what have you done? Why have you taken this away from me? Why? Why? Look at this. Why wouldn't you like this? Why? Those worlds are so important to give you like a real feeling of space discovery. I love this. Kind of feels like walking on Mars, or I don't know. Oh, this horizon again. This horizon, those atmospheric effects. Hello games, what have you done? I'm sorry, but what have you done? You didn't do any good by tuning down the proc-gen, by taking away stuff. They should have always added stuff on top, instead of always cutting out things in favor of fluff and features, which entertain you for a couple of hours. But what then? No Man's Sky was supposed to be a game about exploration. And I'm sorry, but this is... very sorry, this is unforgivable for me. That Hello Games got rid of so much atmosphere, of so much charm, of so much soul. They gave up on so much soul just to satisfy a wide audience, which is okay, but I think they were a bit too harsh, reducing the proc-gen. Oh my god, look at this. This is totally, absolutely believable. This world is absolutely believable. This looks like a kind of old lava or something, of a volcano, yeah, dried out lava. This ground used to be liquid, and now it is solid. You know, when you explore those worlds, it's like activating my fantasy, and I can actually interpret something through those worlds. Something connects with me, you know? I don't have this feeling in Origins. I really don't have this feeling in Origins. Yeah, and actually, you know, we can build Ziki Fuse. We can build on this world. We actually can. We can build on this world. We just need to find a base building. I mean, a base, you know what I mean, a base shelter for building a base. We didn't have base computers to set down. We actually had to find stuff. Okay, but I guess you know what I mean. What is my point about barren worlds in No Man's Sky? There's something special now. Back then we didn't cherish them enough. And to the 6 people watching the stream, thank you very much to stay with me. Oh my god, look at the sky, look at this horizon, look at this terrain. Hello Games, what have you done? Why is everything so generic and boring now? Just for some features that... Oh, come on. I mean, I understand a lot of people enjoy the features, yes, but I think that everyone would profit from kind of a mix between old and new proc-gen, but I don't think they hit the nail in Origins. Hate to say it, but they still haven't hit the nail. Still doesn't feel like No Man's Sky. It feels more like No Man's Sky Beyond on steroids. But still, they haven't managed to bring back the old magic. On some planets maybe, but still, I don't know. Everything is too predefined, too repetitive. And here, actually, like, how can you avoid this? Well, you could avoid that, for example, by making sure that not every asset spawns on each and every planet. Like that every resource is on every planet, that every resource plant is on every planet. Just... I mean, we got back barren worlds in some way, but it's basically just the normal biomes, just without large vegetation, which is a step in the right direction, but still. What about Martian landscapes? What about barren worlds with an atmosphere? Why we don't have that yet in the game? It's so basic. It would be so basic. These cave formations, very nice. But to be fair, cave formations are all the same in this version of the game. Kind of prefer the caves of Origins because I don't know why. They feel maybe a bit more natural. Thamium 9. Thamium 9. R.I.P. Thamium 9. Who left the stream? Who left the stream? You cannot leave the stream. You're my friend now. You cannot leave the stream. No, of course you can. Feel free to leave. But live with the consequences. Alright.
I don't think I will walk back to my ship.
I mean, I enjoy that you actually have to walk back to your ship, which adds to the feeling of exploration, but maybe it becomes a bit too boring for you. Other than terrains, I wished items were actual objects rather than just icons. True, very true. Very true. Yeah, this is the last save I've had. How are you all doing? Are you still with me? Or did you already fall asleep? Or do you enjoy things? Or want to stop? You want to go to bed? Want to get your hot milk? Or what is going on? Oh yeah. Let's have a look at this surface. Yeah, but I really agree with you, Sigh Those. It would be really nice, like, you find a skeleton and you actually have to dig it out. Not just dig for it and then just pick it up, but really dig out a skeleton, you know, like rib by rib and bone by bone. That would be nice. Totally agree with you. Or, like, all those items, for what are they there? Most items you just can sell them. Each item actually needs to have a purpose. Or at least most items need to have a purpose, kind of a purpose. I mean, what's the point otherwise? Just selling is like a very, very lazy solution. I love those atmospheric effects. Lighting is quite nice, sky color is quite nice. Yep, this is like a Martian world that we should have in the game again by now, but somehow Hello Games cut them out. And we never got them back. Very sad. Very sad. I'm very sad. And you don't want to make me sad? Oh yeah, finding ship parts and manually installing them. True. Not only that, like finding gear or something would be nice. Like not just multi-tools, you know, but like I thought about, I don't know, like kind of role-play style a little bit that you can find. Like you have this boss battle and then you find a legendary item which you can, like a special space suit or something, which is giving you special stats. stats that nobody else has. Maybe procedural stats. You can find spacesuits with procedural stats and colors and materials and stuff. If you know what I mean. While we fly towards this planet, I'm gonna get me a drink. One sec. This is what I love about No Man's Sky. Just be an autopilot and
And a beer.
I don't drink any beer. Just a refreshing drink. I'm back in control. What do we have? Hello, you. What are you? I think you are a barren world without an atmosphere. See, those are the kind of variations we need. Barren worlds with atmospheres, without atmosphere, with clouds, without clouds. With vegetation, without vegetation, Martian, non-Martian, burning, frozen, toxic, whatever. Like all kinds of barren worlds. Without any vegetation, but, you know, like, with different, yeah, you know what I'm about to say. And even the airless worlds feel a bit nicer in the older builds of the game. Don't they? Don't they, people? Enjoy the alienness of No Man's Sky Foundation. Still too much vegetation. This is an airless world. Why would there be any leaves or grass or plants? Or it would be so easy to make worlds that are just made out of terrain. Just pure terrain worlds, pure rock worlds. Wish that was in the game. This is a moon, by the way, a moon. I mean, I don't need to tell you, you can see that because there's the mother planet on the horizon. However, this is always a very nice view. I like to land on moons. I don't land on moons anymore since Origins or since Next actually, because they got rid of lakes and oceans on moons. So moons cannot contain any bodies of water. Those are the kinds of decisions I just don't understand. What was the problem with water moons? Can anybody explain me? Please explain me in the chat. What was the problem with so many of that stuff that they took out from the game? Like interesting terrain, for example. Interesting natural terrain. Diverse colors, variations of colors. Cozy, tropical worlds. Why are there exploding gas plants on each and every planet now? They're so annoying. Yeah. I mean, Origins clearly caters to explorers, but I still don't think that Hello Games understands the issues that old explorers actually have with the current prog-gen. It's still too bland, greasy, to say it like Gordon Ramsay.
Crazy.
No, just the worlds are bland, kind of predictable. You know, you're going to find exploding gas plants, and you know you're going to find kind of this wheat plant, the cooking ingredients. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to know what what I should expect. I don't want to know that. How do you think you get it with the barren worlds? I think you get it. Any further thoughts, wishes? Tell me in the chat. If you want, maybe you want me to... I'm very sorry I landed accidentally. If you want me to explore certain things or try out certain things, you can tell me. This was the barren world with the green sky, and what is this? Okay, this is a dry world. Spadonium is like always an indicator for a dry world. And what this moon? I wanted to scan for this moon. A second. Condensium, okay, this is again a radioactive world. Now, we are going to explore a dry world. Alright. Just give me a second, I'm trying to change something with the quality. I know I shouldn't do that, but I want to try to reduce the quality maybe a bit. 6,000. Is it any better now? Does it? Does it run better now? Less stuttery maybe? It could very well be, because I put down the bitrate a bit, quality a little bit, so maybe it's a bit faster. Worse? How it runs, the frames per second, or the quality. When the ship is in hyperdrive, like stuttering or quality. Yeah, of course the quality is worse, but what I want to do is that I want to stream with less stuttering. Let's see how it is when we walk on the planet, okay?
Sun on the horizon, sucking out any liquid out of the ground.
We are on a desert world. A desert world. Is the stuttering better now? Is the quality okay? And I mean, in combination with the stuttering, maybe? Because actually that's what I want, that it runs a bit smoother. Because if you tell me it's stuttering, I can't stand stuttering. I just can't handle it. Does it feel better now? The stream? I mean the smoothness? Gameplay looks decent. Is it decent enough? Or should I raise the quality again? I do whatever you like. If you tell me I should put the quality back up a bit, then I will do so. But let's talk about the planet again. Some nice yellow grass, bushy grass. It is a oasis desert planet. Again, with very nice terrain, and the distribution of the vegetation makes this world actually look believable.
Building a base.
Yeah, if I find I promise you this. Ziki Fuse, we make a deal, because I think you're kind of a base builder. Could there be that you're kind of are you kind of an architect, maybe? A No Man's Sky architect? Am I right with my assumption? Because if you are a No Man's Sky architect, I will build a base for you in No Man's Sky Foundation. Like during my next stream, I'm going to build a No Man's Sky Foundation base. How about that? During my next stream, we are going to look for a base shelter where we can actually then build a base. I have the feeling that the stream runs a bit smoother now. Sorry I'm talking so much about this technical aspects, but I need to gather some experience with live streams. Because actually they're fun, because, I mean, I want to escape from real life a little bit and share my passion for some games and stuff. I mean, oh yeah. Nice planet, decent planet. Nice color transitions, nice vegetation distribution. It feels nice, it feels smooth, it feels consistent. Always feels great to walk through those oasis patches. Just enjoy the Zen experience sometimes. Those are the moments where I'm not talking. Those are the moments where I just stop the Thoughttrain and enjoy the experience just walking on a foreign planet. Alright. It was a decent planet. Would say like 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. But I've seen more interesting and better planets in older versions of the game. Like this first lush planet we explored. That was something, you know? I think it is time to jump one more time. To jump one more time in space. And thank you very much to the 5 people still being here. Very much appreciated that you have the patience and the passion for No Man's Sky. Come on! The controls are really... Okay, I did it! Yes! It's like when you just move the mouse a little bit in one direction, it's already jumping to the star. Okay, this is a hot world, a burned world. Fervidium. Sounds like a little bit like fever. That's how I remember that one. A burned world. And what do we have here? A frozen world. Oh, this could be a lush one. Here we have a moon. A burned moon. And this is... This is what? Could be a lush world or could be a barren world. We don't know. So, let's first explore the closest one. Okay, this is kind of interesting. This is again a barren world. However, it looks kind of bright. Yes, it is again a barren world, which looks completely different from the barren worlds we've seen before. The only thing this has in common is, of course, Thamium 9, RIP, Thamium 9, and those leaves, which actually look a little bit like pixel art, and it's rotating with your viewing angle. Nice. Is this actually a moon? Is this planet a moon? I don't know, but looks like this could be the mother planet. Yeah, but you see, this you can just work with the terrain and create so much experience, so much immersion, just by letting the proction run wild by just terrain. There's no need for exaggerated amounts of assets and features and fluff. Just let the terrain speak once in a while. Let the terrain speak for itself. Like, for example, in Elite Dangerous, the terrain speaks for itself. Space Engine, terrain speaks for itself. There is no need for an overwhelming amount of stuff to see and to do. Because what's the point when you see the same stuff over and over again? Then it's better to have to make stuff rare instead. Make stuff rare
so that they are worth discovering.
No, by the way, it is not true that I mean, it's not like that stuff gets weirder when you get closer to the center. That has never happened in any version of the game. It was promised though, pre-release. Not promised, but got at least announced in an interview. Unfortunately, that never happened. In some way, this is kind of also a thing they have to work on, like making stuff matter, like what you do and where you are, and you know, stuff should matter actually. It should matter more. Like, for example, planet's distance to the sun. Yeah, when it's further away from the sun, it should be cold. When it's closer to the sun, it should be hot. Like, at least some basic physical laws would help the game a lot with immersion. Look at this landscape, this vast, empty landscape, and still it is telling you a story. It still connects with you without having even a single juicy plant on it. And this is what Hello Games has to learn again. To work with terrain. To work with terrain, to tell stories with terrain. To work on corrosion again, to work on, I don't know, geographical phenomena. And not turn every phenomena into a single biome. Like, seriously, why? Why are volcanic worlds a single biome which repeats over and over and over and over? Again, with the same, completely same assets. Just the colors of the trees vary a bit, but that's all. I'm grateful for all this support Hello Games put into the game, but isn't it weird that I mean, 5 years of No Man's Sky and I still prefer older versions of the game. And many people do, actually. At least many people prefer those visuals we used to have. Those visuals we used to have with the features we now have in Origins would be a perfect match. I imagine a planet wipe, yes. Yeah, this is a kind of a problem that players can't take one for the team. They want to hold on to their things. You know, they want to build a base, then they play the game for 2 months, then they abandon the game. But no, you cannot delete their base because they think it's theirs. They own those bases. And I understand they put a lot of work into it. But still, come on, taking one for the team, for some progress in this game, for some, you know, procedural progress, that would be very nice. However, I think that, player bases are actually the main issue holding the Procgen back. Alright, one more planet, guys, one more planet. One more planet, and
I'm gonna end the stream, okay?
because I think people are leaving already. It is late. I have to work tomorrow. You have to work as well. At least European Standard Time. This one with those cubes. Wirbelwürfel. Cubes. I think I also know what I did wrong, maybe with the quality settings. I think the latency, there's a YouTube option like for latency, you can set it to normal, low or very low. I set it to low, maybe I should have left it at normal, but I thought that then the latency is bigger. It's like I read your stuff in the chat a lot later, and maybe the interaction is not as good, maybe? I don't know. Seems to be a barren world again. I love the fact that you find mostly barren worlds now in Foundation, because it makes lush worlds feel more special. Okay, another eternal night sky planet. But this is kind of how space would really be. Most planets in space are just dead rocks. And somehow, out of those dead rocks, plutonium crystals are growing. No problem. Very nice terrain again. Okay guys, what time is it? For me it is past 10 now, time to get ready for bed. Thank you so much for joining my first live stream ever, by the way. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you want to see, I would be really happy if you would join next time as well. And planning on making more videos in the future, maybe. So, should I say it? Should I say the standard YouTube slogan? The standard YouTube phrases? Leave a like, press the bell, subscribe to my channel. I'm so good. Please, just subscribe to my channel. I need attention. I'm an attention whore. Please, subscribe to my channel. I need attention. No, just kidding. No, really, if you enjoy my content, feel free to leave a like, press the bell, subscribe to my channel, and See you next time, guys. See you next time.